This case changed everything in just a few minutes. What started as a normal day ended in confusion, fear, and unanswered questions. Here's what happened next. So let's talk about the day this happened. Did you have any plans that afternoon after work?
Yes.
After work, I ran a quick errand, maybe to get ice cream. Then I went to get my hair colored at 6 p.m. That usually takes about an hour. After that, I plan to go straight home.
At what point that evening did you realize that there was something going on?
When her boyfriend turned on the television, we were in the kitchen. She was applying the hair dye, and he turned on the TV, and all of a sudden, it's Hedingham shooter.
Okay.
So we ran and saw the news and saw the back area of Hedingham, which is where we lived at the time.
And what did you do once you saw this information?
I tried to call them, and neither of them picked up, and then I tried to text both of them, and I didn't hear back. And then, if I remember correctly, I immediately called Alan after that.
So what time of day, this would have been after work, after your errand?
Yeah, my hair appointment was not until 6 o'clock. Okay. So, I don't know, maybe 6:15, 6:30-ish. Okay. They turned on the TV, okay. And then we knew something terrible was happening.
And when you reached out to Alan, were you able to actually connect with him?
Yeah, I did connect with him. And of course it was stressful. I remember him saying that he got a flat tire, and he had a regular SUV, and because he got a flat tire, he had to empty out all of his tools to get to the spare tire, put it on, then he had to put all of his tools back. And so that took him, that's how I got home before he did.
Okay. And so by the time you're getting home, what is the Hedingham neighborhood like at that point? Did you notice anything ordinary?
Yeah, there was a lot of police cars, and I was able to drive into the neighborhood on the firehouse side, which is Skycrest, I believe.
And when you got home, do you typically pull in the garage, or do you park up the street?
Yes, I normally pull in the garage, except there was a police officer on. When you're looking at the garage, the police officer vehicle with the lights on was on the left.
Tell us what happened when you arrived at your home. I parked quickly across the street from my driveway. I went into the garage and tried to enter the house through the usual door. That door was locked, which was very unusual. I kept knocking, but no one answered. So I ran back out of the garage, made a quick U-turn, and ran up to the front porch.
And were you able to get inside?
Yes, I went to hit the doorbell, and then I was going to bang on the door, and the door was opened a little bit, and I was able to just walk into the house.
And then when you got inside, what happened? Where did you go first once you got inside?
I just walked in the house, and of course my head's on a swivel because all this stuff is going on, and I didn't see them in the kitchen. I glanced past their bedrooms, and then I walked into our master bedroom, which, as everyone knows, that's where I found his body on the bathroom floor.
And we've heard about that and its impact on you from others that heard it. Once you were outside of the home, what do you remember?
I remember running and screaming, and I went out the same front door that I came in, and I remember saying, they killed him, and then I remember running back in because I had to go to the bathroom because there was so much going on. And then I remember, as soon as I flushed the toilet, I remember a female officer knocking on the bathroom door saying, you have to come out now. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to clean up. I'm trying to change my clothes and stuff. And she's like, no, you have to come out now. So I remember throwing on a nightshirt, and she walked out with me, and she sat me in the rocking chair, which was in the driveway.
And you were taken for some medical treatment at that point?
Yeah, I had a panic attack, and I remember when someone walked me to the ambulance that was open, and I remember saying, oh, you got me on the first stick, thank you. And that's all I remember. The next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital bed, and Alan was sitting next to me, and all I could see was just police officers.
Mm.
When you woke up in the hospital and became aware, is that when you learned what happened? Yes. I remember waking up and seeing a male detective standing there. He told me, "Austin did this." At first, it didn't make sense. "That's your child." I was shocked and confused when he said it.
He left a note, and I'm like, you're just not comprehending what's happening to you.
Right.
You try, and then I don't even remember what questions they were asking me after I woke up.
So leading up to this incident, had you noticed a change at all in Austin?
No, not at all. It was a complete shock. There were no different moods, no different behavior, nothing.
Had he, I know there's been some testimony that he was, was he taking any prescription medications that you know of?
Yes, he and his brother both, they were taking acne medication, but I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
I just knew they took it once a day.
And how long had they been taking that, if you remember?
I think it was almost a year. I'm pretty sure.
From the time when they started taking that, specifically when Austin started taking this medication, did you notice a change in him at all?
Nope, I didn't notice any behavior changes at all.
Did he ever complain or mention that the medicine made him feel weird or anything like that?
No, nothing at all.
He continued to make good grades?
Yes, they both did.
And when he was, when the boys would play video games, what do you remember? What types of games these were?
I'm pretty sure it was Call of Duty.
And would they play? I think you have the ability. I could just play right here in my living room, or I could play with someone online.
Yeah,
would they do that?
Yes, they would. They had, I don't know what the headset was, that allows you, and it's got the microphone, and they could talk to other people. Sometimes it was overseas.
Okay.
It was English speaking.
Okay. And did the boys have cell phones?
Yes, they recently had cell phones. Yep.
Ms. Thompson, is there, understanding that this is likely a parent's worst nightmare, is there anything that you could think of that, looking back, you feel like maybe you should have noticed or seen?
No, I've run through that almost every day since the tragedy, and I don't remember seeing any issues at all, or mood swings or anything like that. He was just normal.
These moments would forever change how she understood that day, and who was responsible. The truth began to unfold, one statement at a time.